So the Family Positive Workplace program is a certification program that allows employers, nonprofit, profit, governmental, public and private employers to certify themselves in having family positive practices and policies in the workplace. The Family Positive Workplace Award gives recognition to employers who balance the need for profitability and productivity with the employees' need to take care of their families.
We have a statewide early childhood initiative called OK 25 by 25. And that main demographic for that is families with children pre-birth to 5. We're really concerned about the development and wellness of all families in the state, certainly those with youngsters. We got started with the Family Positive program back in 2016, starting to build it, and it has grown immensely, in my opinion, over that time period. We think it's important because benefits and policies that acknowledge employees' obligations certainly make for a better workplace environment as well. As a former economist, I can tell you that human capital is probably the most important entry into the bottom line for most companies. And from an employer standpoint, I think it's also important to remember that this is, we have over 11 million job openings in this country right now, which means that there's a lot of people who could go a lot of places. And if you're worried about retaining the ones you have, but more importantly, attracting new ones the best you can, certainly having policies and benefits in your company that will support families is critically important for you to have. So we believe very strongly in the program. It works nicely with our overall demographic of families with children pre-birth to 5. Thanks again. Take care.
So right now there's a lot of tight labor markets in Oklahoma, in particular in certain fields, but really overall it's just a tight market. And I think it's a time that's made a lot of us reassess how we treat our employees, what's important. And I think that people don't stay for the gold watch anymore. That's the generation of our parents and grandparents. So family positive workplaces has been a really good thing for companies that want to think outside of that box. Be a little more family friendly to their employees, to think about things they can do, policies they can do, hybrid work plans, resources for things that they might not have had through traditional insurance and things, the kind of thing where you feel like as an employee, your employer has gone above and beyond for you, and that makes a difference in the workplace and in our labor markets. So, we're getting really close to 100 businesses across the state, across all 77 counties that have done the family positive workplaces. What I hear in our state agency, the Department of Labor is one that does this, is that it's just a really good way to connect, particularly HR departments of different companies, to see what are you doing that's innovative and different, what's making a difference for you being able to recruit and retain. And I think it's the resources we're able to provide that we find about through our monthly meetings with family positive workplaces that we wouldn't have known about before.
Congratulations to the 2022 Oklahoma Family Positive Workplace recipients. We are excited that you've joined the family of other companies that have also decided to be family positive in Oklahoma. Your efforts to recognize your participation in family positive policy and practice helps all organizations see leadership around family positive policy. Whether you are nonprofit, profit, public, private, or governmental, every organization has the ability to have a family positive workplace. Even if your policy and practice is only for helping employees get through emergencies, you still have a beginning step into being a family positive workplace. If you have a family positive practice that helps your employees and their families thrive in the workplace and the community, that is a significant amount of extra effort that we really want to help recognize you across the state of Oklahoma.
I'm Lisa Lowry, and I'm the HR generalist here at KFM Enterprises, which consists of Industrial Oils Unlimited and Adjuvants Unlimited. We produce industrial custom blend formulations to help with machinery, as well as adjuvants for the environment to help farmers with their crops. It's important to us to be active participants in our community and to connect with like-minded businesses that also value the importance of having a family positive workplace. We are a family owned company, so that has always been an integral part of who we are, and we are honored to be formally recognized for our company culture and core values. It helps with retaining current employees as well as with recruiting. We hear from candidates that they have specifically sought us out because they've heard of our family positive workplace, and that it was an easy decision to pick us if they got two competing offers, because they want to work with someone who also finds the importance in life balance. Investing in employees is the best investment you can make. It's important to make employees feel seen for the whole person that they are, including their home life. When interviewing candidates, we hear that they have left other companies because they felt that they were just a number and had to pretend they didn't have this entire life outside of work. That's just not going to cut it anymore. People are looking for that deeper connection to feel part of something great. And they're much less likely to leave if they feel recognized and seen and accepted for everything that makes them who they are. Taking care of your employees helps them to be in a better position to take care of your company. And in turn, taking care of your employees actually helps take care of the future generation of potential employees. And we feel it's important to continue to invest and look at ways on how to help our current and future generations as a way to positively impact everyone.
At the Oklahoma Center for Nonprofits, it's really important to us that we are a family-centric workplace, and applying for this certification allowed us to not only reiterate that to our employees who are with us now, but also our future employees and with our recruitment, and also to set a standard within the nonprofit sector here in Oklahoma. I think especially coming out of COVID, it's really important to employees to feel that they have a lot of flexibility, that they have a lot of trust from their employers, that they have a lot more, agency over their time. This, implementing these policies and this certification has really reiterated to our employees that we trust them, that we know they're working, and that life happens. Family things happen, doctor's appointments happen, maternity leave happens, and that we're flexible enough and we trust them enough to allow them that flexibility in their lives, because we know if our employees are happy outside of work, they're going to be better and more focused when they're at work. So giving them the levity and the flexibility to live their lives on life's terms has made a huge impact on morale. If you're considering applying for the Family Positive Workplace, I think where you need to start is writing down all of your policies. Also, to make sure you understand what these policies really mean to your employees. So if you have a generous PTO policy, you know that means there are a lot of employees who might be taking off large chunks of time. What is that going to do to your other employees? And also, I think COVID changed the game. We asked people to take work home with them. So of course, now they're going to bring home to work with them. So understanding that balance, understanding that you're not just a CEO, you're also a mother and a wife and a sister, and seeing the whole person helps people feel more validated. It helps people feel seen. And it's really important to people that they can bring their whole selves to work. I think people in the nonprofit community are really emotionally taxed by the work because of the things that they see, because of the hours that they have. So any type of grace that we can give our nonprofits to go spend time with family, anything that we can do, any policies that we can enact that will lessen somebody's stress is going to help them be more productive at work and be more focused. It's also really going to help with retention. And as I said, the workforce in Oklahoma is a challenge, particularly within the nonprofit realm. I think it was particularly important for the center to do it because we see ourselves as a model for the nonprofit sector. If we do go through this process, if we live this process, when people call us and ask us for, hey, what is your bereavement policy? Hey, what is your PTO policy? We can point them to these and we can explain to them why we want our employees to put family first.
Hi, I'm Alicia Whistler, and I am an HR assistant at Emmy. So what we do is we make fungal tests to basically ship around the world. What motivated us to apply for the Oklahoma Family Positive Workplace Award again this year, we won it last year but we actually implemented more family positive policies this year. And so one of the biggest motivations for us in doing that is we really want to strive to have a good work-life balance for our employees. We never want people to feel stressed and like they can't be a person outside of work. So we really wanted to make sure and showcase that we've implemented those policies. So one of the impacts that being family positive has had on our company and employees is people feel like they're supported inside and outside of work. They know if they have an issue, they can come to us. They know if something happens outside of work, their manager is going to be understanding. People can pursue things outside of work. They can travel, any hobbies, things like that. We want to make sure people have the energy and the time left over after work to be able to do those things. Some advice I would give to someone or a company that's implementing a family positive workplace. I think the biggest challenge is finding policies that benefit everyone. It's not a one size fits all. There's going to be some policies that work great for some employees and some that maybe some employees won't benefit from as much. So we really try to utilize as many things as we can, as many resources as we can to help each and every person in some way. I think a major reason a family positive workplace philosophy is needed in Oklahoma is people are stressed. There's burnout. It's a major thing in any industry, really. Making sure that employees have a good work-life balance is really important for overall well-being. Of course, we want people to be passionate about their jobs, but we also want them to be passionate about, like I said, pursuing things outside of work, achieving success and being their best selves.
I'm Allison Seegers. I'm the Executive Director of Rural Health Projects. We're a community-based nonprofit, and our goals are to connect and collaborate with our diverse communities across Oklahoma to provide education and resources to improve population health. We were motivated to apply for the Oklahoma Certified Family Positive Workplace. Really, for us, it kind of reinforced the things that we were already doing. Rural Health Projects has always had a focus on family. We say family first. So we try to allow our employees the abilities to put their families first. And the impact that being family positive has had on our employees is I do feel like we retain employees more because our employees trust the company to do what's best for them and their families. And then having that certification really just makes that piece of our culture more visible to everyone else. So advice that I can give to someone considering family positive policies. I mean, there are some challenges when we put our families first. Sometimes that means that we're having to fill in for each other. We do have a focus on families, and we have created this culture where people care about each other. The Family Positive Workplace certification is definitely a step to help employers help their employees, which thereby helps everyone. So it's really important that more employers take advantage of this and start to recognize how they can help support their employees. If employers can help improve families, then we can improve not only our overall health outcomes for the state, but also just improve everything about our state.
So we're a software organization. We provide software as services to energy and utility companies worldwide. To us, when we hire people, our employees, we consider ourselves one big family. And so family members of our employees are an extension of who we are. So we value that work-life balance. It's important to us. We want our employees to come to work and to know that if they have, because their lives don't end only at work, they have lives. And we want them to know that we respect that. And we want to offer them a work-life balance where they can take care of their personal lives while at the same time, work with us and for us. So it's a commitment we made to our employees. And when I learned about the certification, I figured this is a public commitment. We can just formalize the commitment that we have to our employees. I think employees value organizations that value what's important to them. And for all of us, family is important, right? Family matters. And an organization that values that, I think it creates a bond between the employee and the organization. I think it strengthens retention, which we do want to retain our key talent, our family members. I think it allows employees to also be more engaged while they are at work because they know if they need to take care of something outside of work, they have the flexibility to do that. I think that's the most important thing. And we started this way before we even applied for the certification. I think the most important thing is business continuity. It's that right balance, striking that right balance. For us, and for any organization, I think the leaders of the organization need to get together to decide how they can still best offer the service, the product, whatever industry they're in, and maintain business operations while giving people the flexibility they need. I think that's the key thing they have to think about before they decide, okay, now how can I implement flexibility into this where it's a win-win situation? If anything, the pandemic has changed the way we live. If people are living and working differently, then I don't think it's unreasonable for work environments to say, how can I maintain my service, my business, but also in a different way that is appealing to its most important asset, which is the employees. So I think for Oklahoma, it's important that all companies consider this.
I'm Donna Quinalty, the Director of Human Resources at EnviroSystems. EnviroSystems is located in Seminole, Oklahoma. We manufacture temperature control systems in the aerospace industry. So that's heating, cooling, pressurization for private business jets. So we're very proud of the 150 employees that we have here. So I was really excited to get to apply for the Family Positive Workplace. It is something that we strive for every day. It's part of our culture. We love to support families, especially new employees, and grow their families and get to see them grow with us as a company through the years. So I was very excited to win the award. I believe that the impact of this Family Positive Workplace will enhance the culture that we already have, and it will attract the talent that we want to fit into our culture. So I look forward to using it in job postings, in recruiting. I know it's not easy to change a culture or influence a culture, but I would encourage everyone who feels a strong need to support families, check out the Family Positive Workplace information. I think you'll find that it's a lot of common practices that most of us in Oklahoma do. We see that as the way we treat our neighbors and our friends. It just helps us grow stronger every day and develop those relationships and build a better community in the end. So it makes me really proud to be in a state that I feel like encourages us to focus on families, and this is just one way we can do it.
So to the people that received and businesses that received the certification this year that are now Family Positive Workplaces, thank you. I think that you will see a big difference in morale in your companies if you actually utilize some of the things that we learned through Family Positive Workplaces. But also if you're somebody that's considering doing this, it's inexpensive. There is no cost. It's a free resource, and it truly is making a difference for employers and employees across the state. I hope you'll join us.
The process for applying to be a Family Positive Workplace is quite straightforward. You can download the application from online, and you do an audit, an inventory of your policies and practices, and you mark off what you actually are doing in your workplace. Submit that application to the Family Positive Workplace Committee, and we do a review of that, and we make selections based on the information that you submit on your own policy and practice. Again, congratulations for participating in this recognition, and we wish you the very best going forward in being a family positive workplace.